This reading is for Sagittarius, March 2020. And before I begin, my name is Tarot Readings by Barda on Facebook. This video is live on Facebook, YouTube. So YouTube watchers, until I reach 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, it will be done live on Facebook. I've got a lot of friends that enjoy having it done live. Sagittarius. I had a few things interesting happen before I even started your reading, because usually what I do before I go on to the next reading is I'll clear my head and then I'll clear the cards. And I was sitting outside and I was just sitting there staring at the beautiful sunset that we've got. Beautiful. And then I it didn't feel like it wasn't towards me. I was thinking about Sagittarius. When is the last time you've slowed down enough to enjoy that sunset? And then another uncanny thing happened. I'm a big numbers person. I do believe in signs. I believe in signs from heaven. I believe in signs just from your guides. And right after I just done thinking about that, about Sagittarius, Sagittarius, you need to slow down. That's what I'm getting. Why? Because when I took and decided to look at my phone to make sure everything had uploaded okay and everything, it was 5:55, and I had 55% battery on my phone, which to a lot of people they're like, oh, whatever. No, I believe in synchronicity of numbers, signs, and I was thinking about Sagittarius when that happened. So your number is 555, and then I saw 55 again. So great change is coming, or needs to be made in Sagittarius's life. Let's go ahead and get into this. But yeah, that needs to slow down, and they need to take a breath. All right, let's see where this is going to go. What area of life for Sagittarius? And as I was talking about that, I'm seeing the word breathe. Sagittarius, you need to breathe. I think, all the signs have had a real beginning of the year. The Sagittarius, you've got some stuff going on right now, and I think you kind of lost touch with yourself because you've been so busy with everything else. That's what I'm feeling. But with the 5 showing up, there is huge change coming for Sagittarius. Okay, what areas of life is this change coming for Sagittarius? There's one. Career. Any more change for Sagittarius? March 2020. Cool. All right. Success. All right. This could end up on, but the way this works is I'm an intuitive tarot reader, so as I'm pulling cards, let's just say this isn't for Sagittarius. Let's just say I pull the 6 of Cups. You can read me. I will go by my intuition and what it's saying for this. All right, career and success for Sagittarius. All right, where should I go from here? All right, sounds good. Feels right. Why was I seeing the numbers 555 for Sagittarius? And slow down. Breathe. Okay, I got the Magician card. We'll get into that here in a minute. More cards for Sagittarius. More cards for yes. King of Wands. Any more cards for the Sagittarius? March 2020. All right, there we go. Now, just looking at this from my viewpoint, what I'm seeing right now with career and success, and this card right here just says career and success is on the mind for March 2020 for most Sagittarius. But my question is why did I feel you need a great change coming? Okay. And we've got the cards, the Magician and the King of Wands, which I'll get more into that here in a minute. I've got the Seven of Cups, which is fairy fix or looking through the glass of contemplation, thinking things over. I think Sagittarius has been way up in their head with everything going on. I don't feel this is just, it doesn't feel like it's just, let's just imagine what this could be, or this actually feels like so much stuff going on in Sagittarius's head. It really does. And they're in goal. I mean, we've got career and success here. In goal, it's beaming in light. That's what I'm feeling. Let's see what's hidden. The Ten of Swords. Now, again, you can read this in many different directions. I do not feel just like all the other signs so far. I think it was a rough year for everybody last year. And the beginning of this one, too. Got the Ten of Swords, feeling like you're just stabbed in the back or you're not getting anywhere. That's what I'm feeling. And with the dark sky, it's not even really clouds, it's just a dark sky sitting in the background. And I feel that this is how Sagittarius has been, basically living. I need more details here. Yeah. Okay. All right. Normally I would explain all the cards, but I'm going to pull some more because there is a lot more to that story than what I'm seeing right this second. I mean, I can see several different situations, but let's see which direction this is going in. Okay, so which ones? Yes. Sagittarius, March 2020. Why am I getting bereaved? Okay, I think I've got it. This is for your career-oriented Sagittarius that have their mind on a goal. And we're looking at career right now and success, and they're working really, really hard towards it. We got the Magician card, which the Magician card, again, you can take and read many, many meanings into it. But the way I'm seeing it is the Magician makes, it's just like, it's synchronicity, I guess you could say. Just like with the numbers, synchronicity. Happen in are based, their thoughts are based on their career and their. How do I know this? Because I got the Wish card. The Wish card, filled wish may contain, well, actually it doesn't feel right either. It definitely feels like a wish card. I'm not going to go on. All I see is Wish card. All right, so I'm not seeing anything real negative here at all. The King of Wands, I'm not sure if this represents how you're this, you know what? You know how it feels to me? It feels like this is how you're producing yourself or how you're showing yourself to other people around this career and success. Even though you're Seven of Cups and you've got your Ten of Swords, even though it's all together, and it doesn't matter if you're man or woman. And again, I know you can read many, many meanings into this and different signs. I'm not going to do that. What I'm feeling is the way the King of Wands is presenting themselves. I feel that you, for your career and your success and how you present yourself to other people, you show yourself as all together. You've got it all together. You've got your rod in your hand. You know what you're doing. But on the inside, people, is you've got all these thoughts going around your head. They could be hopes, they could be dreams. But I'm feeling these are actually, with this group of Sagittarius, it's a clutter of so much stuff, so many different things you're dealing with. Usually that's hopes and prospects. That is fairy favors. That is somebody who is looking through the glass out to the future. No, I don't feel that one for this one. What I'm feeling is this is somebody who's family, what they've earned, and looking at maybe those snakes in the background. And I have to say snakes with the Ten of Swords. It feels like somebody or some situation is kind of stabbing them in the back or putting them, it can kind of hold you back. Tens are completions. You're coming out of the cycle. This cycle's been going on for quite a while for you. And you've got your mind on your property, where you live, building up your happiness here. Dragon over here. That kind of, to me, it's the same as the snake. I don't think you're very trusting. All right, from what I'm seeing right here, there might be a reason why you shouldn't be. But I do believe that you are going to be succeeding in the career, whichever it is that you're going to be doing, whether you're changing your career or you're building on the career you have. But right now, this is the stuff that's going on around your head. And this is how you're feeling. You're just worn. This is worn themselves down so much that they haven't even had a chance to, like I said, standing outside. I was looking at the sunset. I was like, dang, that was so beautiful. And I was hearing for Sagittarius. When's the last time that you took a moment to yourself, excuse me, took a moment to yourself and just looked at a sunset? And then I looked at my phone and all I saw was fives. To me, there is great change coming for this group of Sagittarius. All right, let's get the tea leaf. Tea leaf of what it's around. Sagittarius, March 2020. Show me. Way too many. Let's make it shorter. Sagittarius 2020 for this group of Sagittarius. And as I read, I won't know until we get into it if it's going to branch out into just one group of Sagittarius or 2 or 3 groups of Sagittarius. And you'll notice when I'm reading, I will jump around. Like if there ends up being 2 groups and I find 2 separate readings for 2 different groups of Sagittarius, I'll be reading on one and I'll have the other one going here and I'll be like, oh, wait a minute, this card goes with this first group. So with my readings, yeah, I'm kind of all over the place, but that's how I do it. Sagittarius, March 2020. Show me what I need to know, please. I hear draw. Sagittarius, March 2020. Show me. And I feel draw again. Okay, I'm going to stop there for a second. All right, for the first card that I got was bird flying. News is on the way. And this is around business and career. Well, it doesn't say business, but it career. So anyway, my connection's not the best. I'm not sure why, so it's going to be blanking in and out. Hopefully you guys got most of that. The cards I pulled was bird flying, news is on the way. This has to do with career and your success. I got angels, spiritual guidance, protection from harm. And I feel like putting the bird flying, news is on the way, right up here with your wish. And I feel like putting the angel, spiritual guidance, and protection from harm. I feel like putting it down here by the 10 of Swords. So to me, this is actually, I don't think this is just necessarily all in the Sagittarius' head. I think there's actually stuff going on. And with the Swords, like I said, you can read that many different ways, but I mean, it is what it is. It's somebody who's getting stabbed in the back, or they feel like it, all the burdens on them. Literally just stabbed in their back. They can't ignore them. They're tired. They're worn. They're done. They don't have any more to give. That's what I'm getting. That's how the Sagittarius has been feeling, this group. But it says protection from harm. So with the Sagittarius and the numbers 555 that I kept seeing, great change is coming. And I don't necessarily, it's not necessarily just from the universe it's coming. I think Sagittarius is going to make a step and they're going to change. They're going to change what's been going on. They're going to stop, Sagittarius, that's not the right word. The Sagittarius will continue to mull stuff over in their head over and over and over, different scenarios. But you've got your mind on different places in your life. You've got that going to stop, but it'll ease up some. Okay. King of Wands. And again, this is for the Sagittarius who just popped on. This is how you present yourself to other people, which is basically all put together. Now, Sagittarius, I've noticed, will go from one extreme to another. Yourself as being extremely put in, and this is a lot of zodiac signs. I mean, there's some, they have different sides. There's light and dark, and everybody, it comes out once in a while. For some of you Sagittariuses, which we'll see if it shows up here, some of you feel like you're losing it. And that's not just, we're not talking business, we're talking losing it. You feel like you are just about to lose your brain. You're done with stuff. You're done with feeling like you're constantly taking everybody's crap. I have a feeling this is turning into 2 readings. So let's finish up with the ones with the business here. So anyway, with this King of Wands, this is how you show yourself to the world, all put together, even though you've got all this on your brain. But don't worry, because you're protected from harm. Spiritual guidance. It doesn't matter who you are or what you believe in, what religion you are. Everybody has always heard of angels. Angels are always watching over you. Same with you. You definitely have an angel watching over top of you. That's why you don't ever quite tip over to the other side of just, I can't do it. I can't do it. I give up. It always feels like somebody is literally lifting you up at one point. And when I see number synchronicities like the 555, the 55, like I did, right after I was just thinking about Sagittarius and focusing my mind on this reading, you definitely have either a literal spirit as someone who has passed away that is constantly connected to you, or you have a spirit guide, one that you are born with, predestined to have. Everybody's got them, whether you accept them or not. You are protected. All right, let's find out. Where should I go from here? Career, success. So what is this? And I heard new. I hear the word new. New. What is that about? What is new? So maybe you guys are thinking about a new career. Branching out to something new. This is this year for every sign I've read for. This is all about. This is universal. This isn't just one. All the zodiac signs so far, they are branching out. They are starting something new to rebuild themselves. And I think to a certain extent, Sagittarius is doing the exact same thing. Everybody is tired of how stuff has been going in their life. And they're just not going to put up with it anymore. They're going to change it. Well, I'm done with feeling like I'm stabbed in the back. But I feel like I have an angel, or I feel like I have a spirit guide who's just pushing me on. That's what I feel. You guys are moving past. Everybody is moving past the past this year. Now, here's the thing, too. I got the word in a new beginning. I'll explain those here in a minute. And another thing, too, is if you, as a Sagittarius or whatever zodiac sign you may be, if you feel like there needs to be a change and you're not going to do that change, and there is number synchronicities coming into play, let me tell you what. I have from UC 555. You see fives repetitively. Start paying attention. It can come in forms of animals. It can come to you and say something to you, and you'd be like, where in the world did that come from? Happens to me all the time. But it's messages. Pay attention. So when you've got the fives, that is change. They're really change. It is going, whether you want it to change or not, it is going to turn everything upside down, and it's going to change. Now, you can take just roll with it, or if you want to fight it until you learn your lesson and you get back on the path that you're supposed to be on. This is for the a career or success, and either you're in this career right now, but you're seeking this success. And I also feel, like I said, I feel more than just career and success. I guarantee. Sometimes when I'm reading these, it could be blended together, and this may be a blended reading, like one that's affecting the Sagittarius' life, this group. What other area? Is there another area that is affecting Sagittarius? Yes. Cool. Marriage. Okay? And you know as well as I do, even though the marriage card showed up, you don't have to actually be married to have the marriage card show up. It's just where basically that you are betrothed to somebody and you promise to be with them. Okay? You can be single. It depends on how your relationship. So again, career success. So this is going to be a blended reading. So anyway, those who are getting ready to change or they've had enough. The cards that fell earlier was the home and a new beginning. Now, I can read this many different ways, and especially since the marriage card showed up. I see somebody as a Sagittarius. Multiple things that could be happening here. You're switching careers. News about this is coming on its way. I also see the home here and a new beginning. It could be a possibility that Sagittarius is also not just business and career. Maybe you're moving for a career. Maybe you're moving for success. You could actually be change coming for Sagittarius in March, and it's actually already budding now. Some of you have already received this news. Yes, definitely. And those for you that are sitting back, well, I have no clue. I don't know. You know, I'm just kind of like so tired of the way stuff's been. The thing that is, as I was sitting out there looking at that beautiful sunset, and I thought, you know what, Sagittarius, just breathe. For those of you who are not seeing this, you've got synchronicities all around you. You've got messages coming from every direction. You just need to stop and look. You do have a new beginning coming. And whether you're moving home or there's just going to be great change in your home for a new beginning, it is going to come together. March is a positive direction as long as you are paying attention to the signs that are being given to you. And you know what? You need to pay attention, because if you fight it, it's going to actually go the opposite direction. But most of your Sagittarius here, they're moving on. They're moving on from the past turmoil. They've got a million things sitting on their plate. This is not somebody dreaming. I mean, you haven't even had time for breathing space. That's what I'm getting. That breathing space is coming very soon. And like I said, for a lot of you, it's in the works. But for the other ones that are sitting here going, I have no clue what you're talking about. Synchronicities. Yeah. Just take a minute and pay attention. I'll tell the cards as they fall here in just a second, as soon as I figure out where this is going. Oh, I know where it's going. So those Sagittarius that are looking for a career or in a career, and they are basically tired of how it's all been going, and they're looking for something to excel themselves, to be successful, March is the month where you will be able to take a breath and actually focus in on what you're wanting to do. That news is coming. It's coming. And for some of you, it's the very end of February. It's not even going to before you get some of this news. And it does have to do with career. Succeeding. All right, now cards are moving on to a union. So before I move on to that one, let's read the beauty card here, because this actually goes for the second. This is going to blend into two different groups of Sagittarius. First one is career-oriented. They want success. Some of you are married. Some of you are not. Doesn't matter if you're in a union. I got the beauty card. And with seeing this right here, you got a wish, a great wish in your head. There's a wish card. The magician makes it happen. News is on the way. For the business-oriented people, this is how you present yourself to other people, which is all put together. Yes, I know you can read a lot of different stuff in here, but this is how I'm seeing. This is how this person presents themselves. Man or woman, it does not matter. You got it all together. That's how you present yourself to other people. This is the business-oriented Sagittarius. Business plan. I just heard business plan. So, a business plan. Maybe you've got your own business getting ready to go, or you're getting ready to revamp it. It's coming. But again, with the career and the success, this is not just about focusing on your career and success. It also has to do with how you feel about yourself. Because I'm sorry, you can work as hard as you want, but if you don't stop and breathe and take a minute and stop feeling like you got the weight on your world, the weight of the world on you, how can you be that beauty? Whether you're a man or woman, handsome or beauty, it doesn't matter. So the basis of this reading for the first ones is there is a new beginning coming in your home. I mean, it's coming, and it's definitely coming for your career oriented. It's coming, but you need to start is you need to stop, take a breath, and actually enjoy, like a sunset. Take a minute. 50,000 miles an hour. There is no breathing. And if I'm talking, I'm not talking for the YouTube watchers. This is on Facebook Live, so sometimes I will talk to people. All right, so your business-oriented Sagittarius. It looks to me like it's gone really good, but like I said, what keeps sticking out to me, this is Sagittarius all up in their head, pondering over all the crap that has just continued over. Again, I mean, so far, every zodiac sign has got this going on. So whenever this around March, well, this is a March reading, but I feel for a lot of you, it's around the end of February. It's already in the works right now. You're not satisfied. You're tired of it. But here's the thing of is sometimes, and Sagittarius may get mad at me, but sometimes when there's so much stuff going on, do you ever find yourself getting blaming on everything else? Because you're not stopping and actually taking a moment to chill your brain out and see things for the way it is. Sometimes you're making it hard on yourself, and that's what I feel. And I think that there has been stabbing in the back. Yeah, quite literally, I do. And this could be in a work. This is about work. This could be work situation, definitely. And this is all. Usually I see this card, I'm like, okay, somebody's up in their head, but yeah, you're up in your head for not a good reason. You have got so much going on. You're not slowing it down. Slow it, Sagittarius. If you do not slow it down, you want this person back. I don't care if you're a man or woman, the beauty or Mr. Handsome. I don't care which one you are. This is for either one. If you slow down and you take a breath and actually, do you remember when you were kids? That's a way to present it. You remember when you sit out there? I mean, I was the girl that was out there. If I could get a hold of a Tonka truck or something, I was out there in the dirt. All right, that's how it went. Do you remember when you were a kid? Everything was so much more simpler. You could even sit there and look at the blades of grass and imagine them being mountains, in the dirt. Okay, this is kind of what I'm getting at right here. You need to take a moment and actually not just enjoy, but what's the word? Remember who you are, remember what your focus is on, and stop letting your head, and I know we've all got stuff going on in our head, we do, but this is a cluster muck. That's what I'm seeing. And it's making your life 10 times. That's what I'm getting. So, take a minute, and 5 minutes, stand outside, watch a sunset. Enjoy. Remember who you were. You can never be the same person you were before, but you can. There's good parts. Remember the whole time that you're doing it, you have a guide or you have a spirit who is exactly you all the time, and they have been. And for this group of Sagittarius, this has been pretty much a big part of your. Spirituality is a big, huge part in the Sagittarius' life, this group. So as long as you don't fight it and you don't keep wrapped up, that's how I can present it. And you don't keep wrapped up in your head, then March come. You will get your success with your career or whatever it is you have in your mind. Your wish card will be fulfilled. That magic can happen. But you know what? If you're clouded here, you're not going to be able to see it when it happens. That's what I'm getting. You won't actually be able to enjoy it. It'd be like, oh God, I've been working at this job forever and it keeps going around and around. It's the same thing. I'm so freaking tired of such and such. I'm just, ugh. Stop that thinking right now. It's hard to do sometimes, but I'm getting a lot of negative off this. That's what this is. This is what I'm feeling. Unfortunately, there's a pattern. And sometimes when stuff gets hard, people, you get up in your head and you become kind of pessimistic. Turn it around. You'd be amazed what just switching a few thoughts and how, oh, this is never going to end. Well, how about, you know what? I'm just going to find a different way. I'll find a different way to do it. And eventually, it's going to get easier. So anyway, business success is coming. And I don't feel it's just business. I think it's just Sagittarius, this Sagittarius, getting themselves back together. And I do believe that your career is whatever you have in your mind for your business, it's going to take off like a mother trucker. Yeah, it's going to go. No ifs, ands, no doubt in my mind. Okay? No doubt. All right, I was seeing from a different perspective on a different group of Sagittarius. And this one, let's see which one. This is definitely about Sagittarius who are in a union, which is marriage. And this does feel like a literal person to me for this reading. All right, I'm getting ahead of myself. For the first group, because that's pretty much it for you guys. I mean, just keep your heads clear. Keep your eye on the prize and actually take a minute to actually, visit with yourself. Don't let the weight of the world and everything, all the bills, all the crap. You guys know exactly what I'm talking about. Don't let it weigh you down so much that you can't see the end. No, not the end. It'd be more like a beginning for you. Because it's gonna present itself. For the first group, business oriented for success. What card do you have for closing? Vulnerability. The meadow. That's what I want to do. That word right there, it doesn't look like meadow does. Let's see if you guys see that picture. March is when spring happens. Everybody knows that. We all love spring. I do anyway. See all the flowers? Well, that ain't spring. That's summer. Ignore that word. You guys keep trudging on. And June. Okay, dates for Sagittarius that I'm hearing is June 19th through the 23rd. I'm not sure what significance this will have for you. That's something that once I get the dates, you need to keep those dates and write them down. Something will be going on that has pertaining to this, and I do believe it has to go back into your own. Appreciating yourself so you can succeed. Your wish being fulfilled around career, whatever it is. Magic happening in your world. I think it's more of a Sagittarius waking up. I mean, it's rebirth. Yeah, this is rebirth. Each zodiac sign so far is going through some kind of rebirth because last year has knocked them down. It's not just last year. It's been a lot of years. Knocked them down, took the wind out of their sails, and I think Sagittarius is coming back. So those dates that I told you in June, that's for you to remember because once I get them, I will not remember them because they come from my head. And if I kept every date in my head, my lord, I wouldn't be able to talk. So anyway... Okay, that's another interesting thing. I didn't even notice I did that. All right. I said this card right here. I'm not worried about the vulnerability on there. I'm looking at the meadow. Okay? And then I felt like putting the angel card with it. I don't know why. I didn't even notice I did that. Sometimes I do that. Spiritual guidance. Just listen. Nature, that's it. Pay attention to nature. I think for these Sagittarius, maybe you don't see numbers, but you do pay attention when you're out in nature. You see certain things. I mean, people will be like, oh, what's a fox mean? I just had this fox come up and it was acting really strange. And, I wasn't even scared of me. Just odd behavior for different stuff. But anyway, in the summer, June, I think you're going to be putting yourselves together. Self, not the same person you used to be, but pulling yourself back together. It's going to take a little bit. This is a lot of building. That's what I get. I think you will be quite content in the summertime. June, yeah. All right, that feels completely right. All right, for the second set of Sagittarius, I'm seeing a relationship. Okay, show me the direction. Which direction should this go in? New beginning. Is this leaving or is this staying? All right, so what I'm doing right now is I'm looking for yes/no cards. That's why I'm not going to pull every single one that comes out. I want to know if this is relationship or if you guys, as a couple, are actually moving home. You know, changing your home, or there's a new beginning in the home. Perhaps you guys are adding an addition to the home. Could be even a person. I'm not sure. That's what I thought. Can you show me? Am I right? I don't know what's in the air. I really don't. Sagittarius, second group of Sagittarius. Definitely a couple. Wishes granted. That feels right. I'm going to take this. Let's get some of these cards out of the way here. Yeah, that feels right. That feels right. I'm going to have to get some more details here. Well, on the up and up, you know, as long as you don't fight yourself to get to the end result, stuff will start getting a lot easier. For the second set, I'm not sure where this, I mean, I see an idea where it's going, but I'm not, yeah. Let's switch. Where should I go? I feel like this is love. Definitely. Union, marriage. Sagittarius who are married or in a union. You don't have to actually be married. What's going on with this group of Sagittarius? And while you're watching this, you could be, I may say, you know, like, this feels like a guy to me. It does. In this reading right here, for the ones pertaining to union and a marriage. But you could be the female Sagittarius looking at this, or vice versa. Or you could be a cross watcher. A cross watcher is somebody else who is, say, if you're an Aquarius and you're looking at Sagittarius, wondering what's going on. Just remember, this I'm going to go up to a very small group. Take what you can and leave the rest. It does not mean everything's written in stone. Don't know why I felt like saying that, but I'm hoping it's not going where. Okay. Gee, Merry Christmas. Yes, it is. And I feel like pulling again. Sagittarius. All right, so this is, all right, the way I'm going to read this one is, this is either Sagittarius who are married in a union or they want to be in a union. And for some reason, I felt like saying want to be in a union. Okay? So it doesn't necessarily mean you're in a union. You would like to be in a union with this person. That's what I'm getting. All right, back to the other card here. I got the home and the new beginning. All right? That was for the first reading. Now these, I'm going to set right here because I have a feeling those are going to be read a little bit different here in a second. Just because of how this is going. I got now. Y'all's going to be chuckling here. I'm going, what the heck? Right now. In your head. Libido. Y'all know what libido is. Sex. It's great. Okay? Or it was. For some reason, okay, that's what I'm feeling. For some reason, this feels like I feel like I'm kind of in a haze, like I'm replaying, hashing stuff in my head. Events, you know, how stuff used to be. I think this is somebody who is either right at the beginning of it or they're right in the middle of it, where they're sitting here hashing over and they're having a tower moment came into their life. You know, at one point, sex was good. This is not just about how you present yourself, you know, like I'm a fluffed up peacock. That's not how, and you got a snake in the grass. Okay, that's not what I'm seeing. I literally am reading this like the libido. Sex was good. That's what I got. And then I've got that feels right. And then I got these cards right here. Those feel right. This is somebody. Now I'm not going to read these yet because, yeah, they're not pretty. 7 of Cups. I read it before. 7 of Cups. This is somebody who, while this was going on in their head, let's take this out of the picture for a second. Do you know when you can sit here and look at somebody and you don't see what's really going on? Because you're so caught up in the moment, you're like, yeah, this is awesome. This is like the best thing that ever happened to me. This is great. And so you build up fairy favors in your head, how you believe things should be, or how you thought that this relationship was going to go. I'm on the right path. Not quite there yet, but I'm almost there. But there was this moment, feeling stabbed in the back. I'm not seeing any third party here. Not yet. And there may not be. It just may be a changing of minds. Maybe 2 people went in 2 different directions, or they're going 2 different directions because of a tower moment right now. But usually when I see the 10 of Swords, I see stabbed in the back. It might not just be that. It could be a loss. It could be losing this partner for whatever reason, whether it's through passing, which doesn't really feel right, but for some reason, because of a tower moment, this partner is not in the picture. And if you're sitting here going, well, that's not happening, well, part of it sounds right. This is March reading, Marches. And remember those dates, even for the first ones, that's not just for the first group of Sagittarius. June feels like a cleaning out, like cleaning yourself out, breathing, revamping yourself. So it's going to take some time for this one. All right, I'm going to tell you the cards I saw here. I got the word heartbroken, deeply hurt, sad, separation, breakup, feeling lost, grief, mourning. That can go 2 different directions. You can have a literal breakup, or you could have actually been grieving or mourning the loss of somebody. So for those Sagittarius that actually have lost somebody, that is a partner. This is not feeling like family. It really doesn't. It could, but it doesn't feel like it. This actually feels like a second half. Don't think I'm belittling when I'm sitting here switching back and forth so fast. But I'm definitely seeing this is no longer. Being with this person is no longer. This union is no longer. And if that's not happening right now, like I said, this is a March reading. It's something you guys already, I hear, get a taste for. It's already a taste in your mouth for this group of Sagittarius. I got keys on a ring, many options, decisions, string along, one night. So again, I'm almost feeling this is branching out to 2 more, 2 separate groups here. Be a total of 3 for the Sagittarius. Okay, you got the Sagittarius with the career. You got the Sagittarius who's in a union, and then you've got the Sagittarius off on their own with their lambito. Slow down. That's what I'm getting. And you've got the Sagittarius who actually have had a loss or a separation. And sometimes, at an end of relationship, it feels like a death. I mean, you have to go through mourning. Most people do. All right, let's try to re-gear this one to something different. Sagittarius. All right, feels right. That's what I thought. Okay, before I read this, I'm going to check. Do you know what? You guys are not the only ones. I think there was only one sign it wasn't showing something like this. No, actually every single one. I don't know what it is about spring, but it's showing me heartbreak, separation. There could even actually been a complete loss because of, not by choice. But there's an opportunity. And I know if you've lost somebody, if you've actually lost somebody in death, a partner, you ain't looking for nobody. I get that. You're just wanting to just sit here and be in your home and have a new beginning and, just be happy. But for the others, that the libido is showing up. I see where it's going. Many options. Lord, Sagittarius. Okay, this is going the same direction as the other ones. All right, we're just going to lay it on the line. Now, this is how I'm going to read it. Now, for Sagittarius, this is this one certain group. So if you're Sagittarius, don't text me later and go, oh my God, I'm married. I'm not thinking that way. That's not. This is a totally different group. I'm getting somebody. I'm going to blame it on spring. This is libido. That's sex. I think that Sagittarius is looking for a release. That's what I get. Many options. And see, the thing is, I don't think you're actually looking. I think they're like presented to you. They're like dropping out of the sky and you're going, hey, what should I do? That's what I'm getting here. And then I said June. I think this one's actually this I like you. And this is for only the Sagittarius that are on the love spectrum. If you're looking for a message on where this is going to go after all this heartache and all this problems, there is going to be a new beginning in your home. News is on the way. Your wish is going to be granted. Magic is in the air. It's how you perceive it. If you pay attention, there is somebody on the way for Sagittarius. That group of Sagittarius. Do you know who it is yet? I'm not sure. But I like you. It's going to start out as that. Someone likes you. Romance is blooming. Fun, flirting, wanting to date. Is Sagittarius going to be ready? I'm not sure, but I have to say, yeah, with this. Y'all has been busy or going to be busy. It's spring. We'll just blame it on spring. All right. Sagittarius. My. So far, every sign. And anybody who knows me when I do these readings, when it comes to readings, I usually don't try to pull the love. But every single reading I've done today has been nothing. It's all came back to love. All around spring. All right. Anything else besides a switch? Why do I feel cool? No. Okay. What else does Sagittarius need to know here? Sagittarius. I just heard it. Love is on the way, Sagittarius. Whether or not you're open to it or not, or whether you view it for anything more than just sex or not, that's what I'm getting. Okay. Sagittarius. There's a lot of signs who are very flamboyant, but Sagittarius takes the cake. They're right up there next to, I don't know. There's several. I don't know. It's a competition between several signs. The Sagittarius can be quite flamboyant in their libido. That's what I'm getting. So again, Sagittarius is probably, tired of this stuff. Tired of looking at everything that's such a problem in their life, and they are coming out. I almost sounds like a wild Sagittarius. Calm down now. Oops. Sagittarius. With the Sagittarius. Tell me more. We'll do it that way. Cool. Okay, that's it. That's what I thought. Okay. Anybody who's watched me, you know that whenever I'm shuffling decks, if I don't get any cards that fly out, sometimes I'll just pull where I feel like I need to pull. And this is what I got, and it's going to back up exactly what I said. Heartbroken. So basically, this Sagittarius that's going on the, I'm going to get out there and I'm going to party. I'm going to get me some partner or partners. Because this is where, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. This is a lot. A lot. Okay. Why are they doing this? Because they're heartbroken. Hurt, sad. Maybe there's a separation or breakup. Maybe they're feeling lost. Or they could be grieving or mourning somebody who's passed. I got self-indulgence. Focus on time to heal, shadow work, self-appreciation. And it sounds to me, we all have our own expressing ourselves, but this group of Sagittarius, this is how you're going to do it. If that makes you feel good and complete, then more power to you. But I do see you overcoming the Tower, and I do also see you overcoming the Ten of Swords. Great change is coming. And like I said, when I first started, right before I started doing this reading, this is for YouTube watchers. Occasionally I will turn around and I will see whoever's on there who's talking to me, and then I'll talk. That's because it's on live on Facebook. So if you're a YouTube watcher, you can come over to Facebook to Intuitive Tarot Readings by Barda and join the group over there, and then do it live that way, and you can join in on the conversation. Because until I get 1,000 likes on YouTube, I won't be able to make it live. I can make it live, but I won't. You guys won't be able to interact. I thought it'd be funner this way. So anyway, Sagittarius is overcoming this right here, and I think for a lot of Sagittarius, you do definitely. I don't think you just have one. I think you got multiples coming at you, not just one. What is this all about? Why? Why? Let me show you. See the 2 heartbroken cards? I feel like either from an actual or actual passing of somebody else, that it has literally torn out the heart of the Sagittarius, and they're seeking a release, and this is how they're going to do it. That's what I'm getting. They want their new beginning. They're going to get it. They're hurt. Just make sure if you're a Sagittarius and you're watching this and you're being self-indulgent, just make sure there is nothing wrong. Nothing wrong with that. I don't care what anybody says. There's nothing wrong with it. Just make sure you're doing it for the right reasons, not to cover over the pain of what all this is right here. Okay? Make sure you're doing it. When you do it, make sure you're doing it with a good heart, and because you're just wanting to start your life again. You want to live. That's pretty much, that's about all I can say. Truthfully. Don't let the past continue over and over. That's what I'm getting. Leave the past behind. It's painful, but make sure you're not covering your pain. And I bet if I pulled some more cards, it would bring up the devil for some of you. Do not sit here and just go out with multiple people and just start having sex with people just because you're trying to. That is a devil trait, addiction of some kind. Make sure that when you do it, it's because, and there will be one right here. This tells me one in particular. I like you. They will be respectful, but maybe you won't be paying attention because you're too busy with all the options. Make sure you're thinking real clear, and make sure you go ahead and heal your heart before you move on here. And work on it now. So if this is not happening right now, and this is not going to go for every single Sagittarius, I can just hear it now. That is not going on. This is not every single Sagittarius. This is only certain groups. Buoyant and frisky. Nothing wrong with it. Just make sure you're doing it for the right reasons. The other ones that are goal-oriented, pushing themselves, you're going to get your goal. It will. June. It's coming. Just stop letting everything around you weigh you down where you can't even sit there and look at that sunset. You can't even appreciate it. That goes for the second group too. The second group that's got sex on their mind a lot. Take a breath. Just take a second to get to know yourself. Just take a breath because you haven't done it for a while. That's all Sagittarius across the board. All right. Closing thought for Sagittarius. Multiple thoughts. All right. Vigilance. Okay. People who are watching me, you will see me put cards in different places. I go where it feels right. For the closing thought, this would be the business-oriented people, vigilance. Stone people, just keep your eye on the prize. Your wish is coming, news is coming, it's coming. Your new beginning in your home, or whether you're looking for a new home, it doesn't matter. Your career, you're on the right track. I'm going to take that out for a second. This is for all the business-oriented Sagittarius. You're on the right track. Vigilance. As long as you keep with it, magic is going to happen in your life. It will happen in all these. I read this as fairy favors most of the time. No, this is all the problems that are weighing you down right now. That you don't even have time. See them looking up at the sky, and what I just say, I was standing out there looking at the sunset, and I was like, oh my God, this is so beautiful. And then I heard Sagittarius, and then I saw 555, 55. Change. You need to change yourself just a little bit. Revamp yourself just a little bit. Focus on the brighter prospects. It's going to come. Vigilance. Stick in with it. Whatever you've got in your head, do not give up. Be vigilant about it. You will get your end result you're seeking. All right, on to the second set of my very rambunctious Sagittarius. My goodness. This is for the heartbroken, self-indulgent, and I got double heartbroken for the Sagittarius. Recap real quick. From something that's gone on in the past, let's pull that one down. From something that's gone on in the past, you felt like you were being stabbed in the back, or you feel like literally just lay on the ground. I'm done. I'm done. I give up. That's what I'm getting from that one. Because of this tower moment, and I do feel like it involved another person. It was some kind of union. It could have been a marriage. It could have been, you're not always married just because the marriage card showed up. It's somebody who was in a union with somebody else. Something went bad there, and at one point you decided that, and it's okay. It's okay. This is past the time that it's already happened. Focus on self-worth, time to heal, shadow work, and self-appreciation. This group of Sagittarius has definitely took it that way. They are being very indulgent in sex. I'm not even going to play. And the card that came along with the sex card is now. It will be coming around in March. This is in their head, at least in their head, but it's in the works. And I do feel every zodiac sign so far, they're not even waiting for March to start March readings. I mean, they're starting, some of this stuff's already going on. So just remember, if you are being very flamboyant in your sexuality, which is not my business, you do what you do. Just whatever you do me a favor. Don't do it because you're heartbroken and because you're being self-indulgent. Also seeing many options, so this shows me it's not just one person that you may be doing this with. This may be multiple people, and you are hiding yourself from your heartbrokenness, and you're just not dealing with it. It could be a separation from a loved one, either through death or through an ending of a union. That's what I'm getting. Something has ended, and you are not feeling like, so you are doing it through. And I don't see the devil card here, but I bet I can, because it feels right. Just make sure to you. Make sure that while you're doing this, which is fine. I mean, you're a grown adult. That you're actually dealing with your heartbreak. And when you're being self-indulgent, make sure that you're not playing with, or play with multiple people. That's your business. Just make sure you're not doing it for the wrong reasons. And just know, out of these, and I'm seeing one of them's actually going to like you. And it's not going to be, hey, let's just go jump in the sack. There's actually going to be something there. But if you're not dealing with your heartbroken, it's not going to show. You're not going to pay attention. You're not going to see it. Okay. So, here's the cards, the closing thought. And see, I have a tendency to think, because I got the iceberg submerged, this is somebody who is very submerged in their feelings, just like weighted down by this heartbroken stuff that has happened in the past, of this loss, whether it's through death or it's through actual separation, ending of a marriage or something. Do not let yourself become so submerged that you are ignoring it and jumping into this. If you're doing this, do it for the right reasons. Do it because it makes you happy, whatever, not you. Then I got the volcano. I'm not even seeing this word right here. What I'm seeing is, I don't see this word right here. I see volcano, and I see it erupting. So this tells me that if you are one of those Sagittarius who are doing this because you're heartbroken, you will erupt. Or you're doing this because of this tower moment that made you feel like this volcano explode. Keep your focus, Sagittarius. Keep your focus. And make sure that when you're doing stuff like this, you're doing it for the right reasons. Do not cover your. That's what I'm getting. Again, June will be a lot brighter. Spring's on the way. Sounds like every single zodiac sign is revamping themselves, actually rebirthing themselves in a lot of many different directions. So far, every single sign is starting something new. All right, Sagittarius, I'm thinking about maybe, possibly, doing a spring solstice reading. Depends on how much time I've got, because I've got a lot of other stuff. Like I have a business too that I'm working on. But if I can, I'm thinking it might be a good thing to go ahead and do that. For the YouTube watchers that have been watching this, I am on Intuitive Tarot Readings by Barda. Come over and join if you like. Then you can interact live with me. Do know that the camera is behind me, so I can't sit here and see everybody all around. And Lolita's Lovely Ladies is my business site. If you would like to have a reading, I do hour readings. I also will do year readings. I can also do 1 month, choose a month, and I can do that one too. That's the best place to get a hold of me. And like I said, YouTube, I will be able to go live on YouTube once I hit 1,000 subscribers. Got a little ways to go. All right, Sagittarius, I hope you guys have a good evening, and I hope this way, shape, or form. And remember, the number's 555. Take a breath. All right, thank you.